Hello everyone, I'm creating this video to show you a couple things about Brightspace and Alec Tech, some tools that you have available to you. I'm going to try to make this video somewhat generically, so whether you're taking Comp 1 or Comp 2, my hope is that I can use it kind of in both courses and maybe over the course of time too. So no matter if you're in Comp 1 or Comp 2, at the bottom of our class together, there should be a couple links. One of them is the ATCC link to Brightspace. So if you click on that, one of the things that ATCC does is it offers a course through Brightspace that is our course, similar to Schoology when you click on your classes in Schoology. So what you see on my screen is I have a few courses set up through Brightspace, but you know that I operate through Schoology. And so you wouldn't go to Brightspace to get the day-to-day stuff. But what you do need to go to Brightspace for is to upload assignments. I want you to be assured that no one is grading your assignments except for me, but our relationship with ATCC requires me to, one, put the syllabus on Brightspace, and two, have you upload those assignments, again, just to show the progress of your work. No one is grading it except for me. So when you go into Brightspace, you will need your star ID and your password. I can help you with your star ID, but I cannot help you with your password. And so you should have that somewhere. A lot of people have it saved in their phone. And you'd find the course that matches the course you're taking currently. For this example, I'm going to go to my Comp 2 class. And for this class, we haven't talked about this yet. So what you'll notice is there's really nothing on the page except for, you can see my name there. But what I want you to do is I want you to go into assessments, then assignments. And what you're going to do is you're going to, if you have not uploaded any of these, which obviously no one has because we haven't talked about this, but you're going to go back into your review, upload it into Brightspace, the complaint box article, and then lastly the visual rhetorical analysis. Again, if you're taking Comp 1 or we're in a different spot in Comp 2, you might not see these exact assignments, but you need to upload where it makes sense. So one thing though that students kind of get hung up on is, and your screen looks a little bit different than mine, so when I click on this you won't see the same thing. But when you click on it, there'll be a spot to upload, and let's pretend, for example, that this is what you need to upload. This is an old paper of mine. And so one thing that students need to remember is Brightspace and Google don't necessarily like each other. And so what you need to do is you need to download your document as a PDF. So you go to download and then PDF. PDF is more of a universal file that most programs can open. If not all. And so if you download it as a PDF, then it will upload just fine into Brightspace. So that's the first thing that I want to explain, and I would like you to take care of as soon as possible. Just a thing to check off the list. Again, knowing that I work through Schoology, I go through Schoology to grade your stuff. This is, I just want to see a 30 out of 30, 30 out of 30, or if the class is different, that number might be different, but so get those uploaded. The second thing I want to show you in Schoology, I also have a folder called Research Tools, and when you click on Research Tools, there's several links in there. The one that I want to focus on today, actually I'm going to talk about all three or five of these things. So the ATCC library is where we're going to go next. I think this is familiar to most of you. It's the E-Library of Minnesota. When you click on it, it should look familiar, like this. That is a research tool. If, for example, you're having trouble getting into the ATCC options, this is a good starting point until you troubleshoot and get that figured out. So that's that. Google Scholar, I think you all know that one as well. That is another option. And then the MLA Formatting and Style Guide on Purdue OWL, that's where you're going to find all your answers related to MLA formatting. There's other websites too, but this one is one that we've pointed to you to use for years, so you should have some familiarity. And then I'm also going to go through Office 365 real quick. So I'll start with ATCC Library. For our next paper for Comp 2. And again, I'm going to try to, so generically, when we do research, you can, and you're in a college course, you have access to the college library system, which is better than our high school system because the ALEC Tech pays for subscriptions to the different online journals. And so, and we want you to be able to access those. So the library, the link is in Schoology. And when you go down to this area right here, this offers a bunch of links. I'm only going to show you one just to get you into this. But I would highly recommend playing around with any or all of these depending on what your topic is. So obviously you wouldn't do legal and law if you were doing something, I don't know, related not in any way to legal or law. That was kind of a bad example. But so general and interdisciplinary is where I'm going to point you to, because again, general and interdisciplinary kind of is a wide range. And so you might have some luck there, and then you can kind of narrow down and maybe use some of these other ones later. For some of you, this should be repeat because for Comp 1, we worked on this already. So you can maybe fast forward this section if you need to. But again, I'm just showing you this Academic Search Premier is, again, I just clicked on the top one. You will also need your star ID and your password to access this. It didn't pop up on mine because I'm already logged in, but it won't let you in. It'll give you the ATCC login page. So again, because it is a paid subscription, and I don't know if this is the right terminology, but I call it going through like the ATCC portal to get to these journals. You can access some of the journals in that other spot, the eLibrary of Minnesota, but we've had some better luck using the ones through the ATCC website. So again, doing some research, I'm just going to give you a couple tiny hints. Full text is what I would always click on, no matter if you're in here or any other of the journals, because if you don't want a partial text, you want to be able to read the whole thing. So that's one tool. I think that's probably all I'm going to say about research for right now. Let's see. So when I close out of this, go back into the library. Again, if you go down to, let's say, ERIC, which tends to be more education-related information. Let's see if it's going to work. It looks the same. It looks the same, but you'll notice, as what I showed you before, Academic Search Premier, but it says ERIC right here, so you'll see that it's searching different articles, books, journals, but focusing from this database, I guess. Again, I would click full text. So for this next essay, and for any research that you're going to do, you'll want to be able to access any or all of these. This is a huge benefit to being a college student. So that's the library. The last thing I want to show you is the Office 365. This is a little deceiving because it doesn't actually take you to Office 365. It just takes you to the ALEC Tech website, where again, you will need your password to get in to Office 365. This is a little bit of an ordeal to get into Office 365. I will put more information in Schoology to be able to access this. It's a multi-authenticator way to get in there. So you will probably need your phone to be able to access and do the steps. So I've already done all that. I'm already logged in. I clicked stay logged in. What I want to show you today is, so Office 365, the reason I point students towards this is one, no college that I'm aware of is a Google college, and so you will most likely have to become familiar with this platform, which is like the OneDrive, the Office 365 platform, where they use Microsoft Office. So instead of Google Docs, it's Word, PowerPoint, Excel. I think you're familiar with this, especially if you've taken some computer courses here. But it is a little bit of a shock if you haven't been in here at all, so I would highly recommend to play around a little bit because this is what you'll see in your future for other colleges. So what I like about Office 365 is when you open a new Word document, which is again just like Google Docs, I think it has a superior like grammar spell check option versus Google Docs is not great. Grammarly is not great. I mean, I think they're both kind of trying to improve, but Word has been around a long time, and I would say yes, this is to some level AI, right? But this is the AI that I'm fine with you kind of playing around with, and you still have to read your work and you still have to make sure it's the words you want to use, but it will help you with some grammar stuff that is oftentimes overlooked by students, like maybe there's some spelling or sentence structure things. So what I'm going to do is just show you my example. So again, here's my old essay. I'm going to do a Control-All. I'm going to copy it over. I'm going to do a Control-V or Control-A, Control-V, and then, oops, that's not what I meant. Sorry. I want to just copy. So copy. All right. Then I'm going to paste it into my Word doc. You'll see that it messes with the, I don't know why it did that. It messes with the formatting. I'm not worried about that so much as just getting through and editing the doc. So this tool right here is the one that I kind of like in Word. It gives you kind of a percentage of mistakes or how an editor score, right? So I didn't do so hot, and so I want to make sure to go through, and you can see some of the things that are underlined and double underlined. So I might decide, I'm going to actually keep certain things the same. This was a while ago when I typed this, and I was still doing the 2 spaces after the period. So it catches all of those things for me too. I've gotten better and I don't do that anymore, but that was the way I was taught. So anyways, you can go through and you can click on all of these to fix them, right? And then you can simply copy and paste it and bring it back into your Google Doc. And because I know you will use this tool, if I see that happening in the doc, I can understand, right? It's usually something students do at the very end, and so that makes a lot of sense to see that happening. And students in the past have really liked this tool to help them with some of the mistakes that they've made. So, keeping it, again, trying to be a little bit short. So I've talked about the library, I've talked about Office 365, briefly about those things, and about the expectations for Brightspace. You'll find all of these links in the bottom of your class, whether that's Comp 1 or Comp 2. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks.